Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well today. My name is Halbert. I make travel videos and I conduct travel consultations to help you plan your perfect adventure. So without further ado, let's get into it. For today's episode, we're gonna throw it back to the summer of 2022, where I went camping in the Swiss mountains with my friend Pablo. I met Pablo while I was backpacking in Slovenia almost 3 years ago in the summer of 2021. I'm sure you remember Pablo from the previous episode, and if you haven't checked out that episode yet, click right here. We kept in close contact since meeting in Slovenia, and today he's one of my best friends. Pablo and I are very similar. We love eating good food, working out, and most importantly, we love going to the mountains. That summer we knew we wanted to go on a crazy adventure. We wanted to push ourselves physically and catch some amazing views. So without much of a plan, we headed into the mountains. Our goal for the first day was Muttseehütte, located in the Swiss canton of Glarus. This is a cabin deep in the mountains and is where we aim to make camp for the night.
We're on the train. We're about to start our journey into the mountains. Let's go to the mountain!
Our journey begins with a train to Linthal. If you wish to replicate the exact route we took, don't forget to note down the names of the places I'm about to mention. From there, you can key it into the SBB mobile app and it will map the best connections for you. Switzerland has an amazing public transportation system and it is reliable and so easy to get around. If you would like specific tips and tricks about how I was able to cut costs while traveling along the way, don't forget to book one of my consultation sessions. I'll see you there. It is about a 7-kilometer walk from the train station in Linthal to the Tierfed cable car station. Unfortunately, there is no bus in between these two stations. You could take a taxi, but if you're a legend like us, you'll walk it. We stocked up on our groceries and hit the road. It took us about an hour and a half to get to the cable car station. The cable car costs 10 francs and it takes you right up into the mountains, to the start of a 2,750 meter long and dark tunnel. Now, you're gonna have to walk through this tunnel to get to the other side, where you'll see beautiful mountains. But be sure to bring a jacket, because the temperature drops by 10 degrees once you're inside. It was a long walk, so we had to make some fun. The tunnel echoed, so what did you think we did? We blasted music at max volume and we made a party. We emerged from the darkness into a completely different world. The views were breathtaking. From there, it was a steep ascent up to Muttseehütte. It was a savage hike with our 20-kilo backpacks. That is the view of Limerensee with its turquoise blue waters.
Nestled in between these majestic peaks, the Limerensee is a picture-perfect lake that exudes tranquility.
We reached our goal pretty late, so we made camp as quick as we could next to the Muttseehütte, made dinner for the night, and called it a day. We woke up in the middle of the night and we were pretty cold. Honestly, we weren't prepared at all. We didn't even know what altitude we were sleeping at. It was only the next morning when we found out that Muttseehütte sits at 2,500 meters. Now that is pretty cold. Most people get up early in the morning so that they can make use of the day and get as much walking done as possible. We, however, we did it our way. We slept in. We even had yesterday's leftovers for dinner for breakfast. It was amazing. My whole body was on fire. Honestly, I did not think I had it in me for another day of hiking. So, of course, we decided to hike 17 kilometers down to the town of Breil. Because why not? It was a savage hike again. We were walking on rocks for hours until finally the rocks turned to grass and eventually we reached the town of Breil. We deserved the treat after all that walking. Just because we were camping does not mean we could not treat ourselves. I got a massive schnitzel and we got a couple of beers to celebrate the day. I like this kind of camping. We made camp for the night and on the next day we caught a train to Altdorf. From there we walked to the ferry terminal at Flüelen and we took a ferry. Once again, you can check out the exact connections you need to make and the changes you need to take on the SBB mobile app. We hopped on the ferry across Lake Lucerne to the town of Brunnen. This was honestly one of the most scenic ferry rides I had ever been on. Just look at how blue the water was. There were people out and about doing wind sports. It was a hell of a time. Lake Lucerne is also known as Lac de Canton because it is so big that it covers 4 Swiss cantons. We stopped for a little ice cream along the way and we headed to the village of Stoos, which sits higher up in the mountains. That's where we made camp for the night. We've come to the final day of our adventure, where we embark on a ridge walk from Klingenstock to Fronalpstock. Thankfully, we were able to leave our heavy backpacks at a restaurant, so we were much lighter today. It felt like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Well, 20 kilos to be exact. Walking was almost too easy, so we decided to run.
There is nothing like some intense training after some days of intense training, because that is how you become a beast. But don't worry, we did stop along the way to take in the view.
I would definitely recommend this ridge walk if you're visiting Switzerland. It is very accessible, the difficulty is not so high, and the views are simply unparalleled. Fair warning though, it can get quite busy during the summer. Alrighty guys, so we come to the end of the adventure. We did spend another day around the lake, just chilling, reading, and taking a dip. Lake Lucerne is absolutely beautiful. I definitely recommend you pay a visit. The waters were so refreshing after some hard days of hiking, and it was an awesome time. You guys know I'm a huge nature lover, and what I love about Switzerland is how accessible the nature is. And I think Switzerland as a country does this better than a lot of the countries out there. It is quite easy to get from the city to the mountains with their impressive public transportation system. I know it can be a little bit expensive, but there are definitely ways to cut costs. So if you want to learn some of my travel hacks, book a consultation session with me. Huge shout out to my friend Pablo for always inviting me on these crazy adventures and encouraging me to put myself out there. His Instagram is going to be in the description below, so do drop a follow. And if you would like to see him in more adventures, drop a like and comment down below. We've come to the end of the episode. It's been an absolute pleasure filming this and reliving those memories. So go ahead, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and check out my travel website. The link is going to be in the description below. Until next time, take care, my friends.